Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in YYC, and in today's video, this is the ultimate real estate showdown, Calgary versus Edmonton. Don't miss it. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, super special video today. This is the ultimate real estate and maybe city showdown, smackdown, as we have our good friends, Drew and Steph with the Carlson Real Estate Group with eXp Realty in Edmonton. Welcome guys, welcome to the channel.
Welcome.
Howdy. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. And you said howdy. You know Stampede's coming up.
Well, I want to be respectful for Calgary, so, you know.
Okay, well, we need to get, we're clearly wearing Flames colors. Drew and Steph are wearing Oilers paraphernalia, as you would expect. We can admit it, our team sucks, and we're going to be sucking for a long time now. So congrats to Drew and Steph. Yeah, I know. Congrats to Drew and Steph. And I'm not going to say the Oilers, but I was really happy for you guys because your team was so close.
So close.
So close, just not enough.
I know.
They did great. We're proud of them.
Yes.
Yeah, they did. They played really, really well. Really well.
They did. Yeah, coming back from that 3-0 deficit, that was pretty crazy. Did you guys have like some backyard parties, some garage parties?
Our friend has a big, like 150-inch screen in his basement, so we go there because it's like life-size players.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, we've wanted to do this for a while because there are so many people that have moved to Calgary, moved to Edmonton from both Vancouver, Toronto, and all places in between. And we're probably missing some, but those are the two big ones, right? GTA, Ontario, and then mostly kind of Vancouver, Lower Mainland area. So we thought, who better than our referral partners up in Edmonton, Drew and Steph, to talk about this. So we're going to get to prices at the end. So how this is going to work is we're going to talk a little bit about lifestyle, about jobs, as we often do when we're doing these videos. And then at the end, so stay tuned to the end of the video, is we are going to compare some prices. What can you buy a detached home for, Calgary versus Edmonton, and row townhouses and semi-detached and apartments. So that'll be at the end. But first off, number one on the list, let's talk a little bit about jobs. So here in Calgary, we've kind of had an influx of like tech jobs. De Havilland Aircraft is building a plant just east of Calgary. Amazon, Costco. What's going on up in Edmonton for you guys? Because I know there's tons of jobs up there too.
I feel like there's still a ton of trades, everywhere, and just lots of new construction. I don't know. What would you?
Yeah, and then Nisku, up by Leduc, we had a lot of companies that build for the oil field. So a lot of oil field jobs, lots of oil field jobs. When we have the big Amazon plant here as well, so that, there's tons of that going on. But lots of construction, lots of road construction, unfortunately. Makes it a little difficult getting home at night, but
we're never lacking for getting things quickly from Amazon, right? If you order for anything that's actually in the Canadian store, it's like on your doorstep the next day, pretty much. So we're very fortunate.
Every day for us.
Exactly. Well, I think that's important, right? Because when we do our videos about, why move to Calgary, why people are moving to Calgary, that's probably the number one consideration outside of pricing, which again, we'll get to here in a second. But first off is, can I work there, right? What kind of jobs are available? So there's a wide range, right? So that's why we're doing this video. If you're in the oil patch, engineering, like all those different types of jobs related to oil patch. And then of course there are those jobs in Calgary too. They're just a little bit different jobs. There's the engineering jobs and sales jobs and marketing jobs, oil field related, and then all the, the tertiary businesses around oil field. And then plus in Calgary, we have, certainly that tech side. Hey, Natalie, that's kind of gone a little crazy over the last few years.
A lot of tech here now. Yeah, it's sort of crazy. Well, we're part of that corridor now, right? That goes between Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle, all that kind of stuff down into Portland. And that has made a very big difference for us.
All right, next up is lifestyle. So, clearly, if I said we had an advantage, I don't want to be that guy because I think there's benefits to both cities. being close to the mountains in Calgary, to Banff, Canmore, Kananaskis, all those different types of things. That's a huge draw for people. The pathways, Fish Creek Park, one of the largest urban parks in North America, things like that. But what we don't have is lakes that you can boat on really close to the city, because that is a huge advantage that you guys have up in Edmonton for summers.
Yeah, we got lots of lakes nearby within 30 minutes of the Parkland area, which is just outside of Edmonton.
Yeah.
So Blackfish Lake, lots of boating, fishing.
Yeah.
Lots of people have cabins. Lac St. Anne.
And there's a lot of people looking for cabins, lake properties, just even lots to drop their RVs, motorhomes, that kind of thing. Like I'm seeing a lot of people just inquiring, looking into it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And you guys are only 3 hours
awesome.
east of Jasper too, which is a gorgeous park. It's amazing out there. So
absolutely. No, that's great. Because the closest we would be in Calgary, if you're looking to have that kind of lake property, McGregor, which is it's a big lake with no trees, and so we just don't have that, right? That whole cottage lifestyle, the summer lifestyle that you guys have up there. So point Edmonton for that, because we do not have the lakes right around us. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into pricing now. So we're recording this in early July 2024. So we just had our June stats come out. So let's go detached segment. I don't know about Edmonton, but I know in Calgary, that's the dominant segment for sales. So let's go first. Why don't you guys give us your detached benchmark or average price, whatever you guys use up there for detached in June?
$529. Drew's not wearing his glasses. The average for detached is $529.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That is really good, because in Calgary,
$200K under you guys.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Yeah, it is. So our detached price in Calgary as of the end of June, $767,600.
Wow.
Now that is 12% up year over year. How much of an increase was that for you guys year over year?
7.8.
Oh, okay.
7.8. And that's still really healthy, right? Like if you're a seller in either of our markets right now, that's still a super healthy increase. Who knows how much of it is sustainable? Because in Calgary, what happened in June, and I'm not sure sales wise, so our sales were actually down for detached 16% year over year, just because we don't have the inventory. So we had gains in higher priced detached homes, but below 700, they really dropped. So we had 1,775 detached homes in inventory, an improvement over last year, but 45% lower than long-term trends. So I'm not sure inventory-wise for detached homes where you guys were in June.
Detached, compared to last year, this year 29, last year 40. This is for the city of Edmonton.
Days on market, yeah. Days on market, we were, I think we were right around 20, and then months of inventory for detached. Let me take a quick look at that. So for detached, months of inventory, and our overall months of inventory is 1.38. For detached, it's 1.39. So as we know, that's still very much a seller's market, right? All right, so moving on to row townhouses in Calgary for the month of June, the price rose almost 17% to $464,600. And inventory-wise, for new listings in row townhouses, we had 578 for new listings. That was down 5% year over year. Ended the month with 491 row townhouses. That was up 16% year over year. And for months of supply, and I know they don't have this in Edmonton or you can't get that stat, but you're very much a seller's market for row townhouses, just over a month at 1.13. So I know row townhouses, because we had an investor client that purchased up there. So row townhouses are, I think, a much better deal in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
Much better than that, yeah.
And I've been seeing all the ones I've been listing lately, everything's going into multiples and much higher than what we're asking. There's a big demand for those for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was your price for row townhouses in Edmonton in June?
Average is $285. You're up 12.2%. So
okay.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy difference.
I know. That's nuts, right? And that's why, it depends. It just depends on the person moving, right? Like you may be better off in Edmonton if you can, afford to be in a single family detached or row townhouse. But all right, let's go back. Let's finish off the segments here. So we're going to go next to semi-detached. So in Calgary in June, the semi-detached price rose 12.2% to 686.1. And for sales in the month of June, 233. It's actually the lowest segment for sales typically each month. That was down 2% year over year. New listings 306. That was down 4%. Ended the month with 300 in inventory. That was actually up 12% year over year. 76% of them sold. And then just a month, 1.29 months of supply. So how about semi-detached up in Edmonton? This is going to be good.
Any guesses, Calgary?
495.
I'm going to say 450.
Go lower, 425.
Wow.
By 10%. But month over month, it's down 0.3%. So.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. And I think part of it in Calgary too is we have a lot of kind of like urban areas close to downtown with that product that's been around for quite a while. So that's what really bumps up our price for semi-detached here in Calgary. All right. Finally, apartment condos. And I know that this is going to be a big difference too, because we have talked to clients that have purchased up there as well. And if I can just get back to my stats here. Here we go. So for apartment condos, prices rose 17.5% year over year to 344.7. And then for sales, 791 apartment sales. That was the second highest category in June. That was actually down 8% year over year. New listings, 1,105. That was up 4%. End of the month with 1,221 in total inventory, up 9%. And then months of supply, 1.54. So that's our most balanced segment in Calgary. So how about Edmonton? I didn't even want to take a guess. I'm going to say it's in like the 250 range.
195.
Up until a couple of years ago, I almost didn't even want to take condo listings because it was just a flat line just all the time for a decade. And then I just started seeing this trend where a lot of Ontario, especially investors, are like, I could buy 6 for the price of 1. So they're coming in multiple properties. And the condo market has like been crazy, like multiple offers pending within a day. It's a very unusual trend for us. But I'll let
what was the price?
207.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Year over year, up 12.5%. So all of our markets are jumping, right? Month over month, up 2.8%.
Oh, that's a big jump.
It's a big
jump month over month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then when we look at total inventory, you were mentioning, so we'll just put it out there now. So total inventory in Calgary ended the month 3787. So we're still way off of long-term trends. Like that was up 9.2% year over year. So people are saying, it's a buyer's market now or whatever. It's like, no. That's still like we would normally have between 5,000 and 6,000 listings at this time of year for sure. So our long-term trends are much, much higher than that. And what was the total inventory number in Edmonton? How did that end the month?
So total inventory in Edmonton right now is 4,304.
Okay. Yeah. And that would probably be lower than you guys would normally be too, right?
Yeah.
Significantly. Yeah. So there you go. There's the price. There's massive price differences. I think there's a lot of different, like when I see you guys posting stuff and your friends up in Edmonton, the lake communities around Edmonton, and I'm not saying Edmonton over Calgary, but that would be, if that's my lifestyle, that is a huge benefit if you're thinking about moving to Alberta, like all the lake communities, a lot of the newer communities that you can buy homes in there as well. Are you finding a lot of buyers opting for new builds or resale? What are you finding right now?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of everything. I mean, the builders can't even keep up right now. They're just digging as many holes as they possibly can because they're just going, and a lot of pre-construction selling. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
I'm finding that it's there's some frustration with like local buyers trying to get into like get into a home where they're feeling forced into going with a new build, but then their wait times are much longer. The price point is higher, right? Like, so it's kind of this struggle of there just isn't enough inventory, which we've already kind of discussed.
Yeah.
For the amount.
No, and I think for sure. And I think either of us in either of our markets would say we would love to see more inventory for our buyers. The sellers can still do very well. The prices aren't going to come rocketing down, but they can still do very well, right? Like it would be nice to see a little bit more balance. I don't know about you guys, but I know we would feel that way here.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure. It'd be nice to give our local buyers, especially, a little bit of a break. It's the out of province buyers that are coming in and they're like, this is awesome. This is amazing. Right. And our local guys are just like,
Yeah.
It's hard when you're looking at your kids. Like our girls are all in their mid-20s, basically early mid-20s. And it's like, are they ever going to be able to afford a home? That's a very frustrating thought for the younger generation. And it's, it's hard. What are rental rates up there typically? Like what would you get for like a 2-bedroom condo?
They're going up like $1,700 for a 2-bedroom, like 1 bedrooms, $1,400, $1,500. Really depends on the location, underground parking, but rent. I know a lot, like the renters are getting pushed up in price big time right now.
Yeah.
Either you pay more or we're going to get somebody that can.
So that's it. That's the video. Thanks for sticking around for this whole thing. Drew and Steph, tell people how they can get in touch with you. You can also reach out to us and we can send you their contact info, but tell us how people can get in touch with you. And they're a team, husband-wife team, just like Natalie and I. So we love working with them.
Yeah, you can reach out to us on our website, carlsonrealestategroup.ca. You can find us on Instagram at carlsonrealestategroup_YEG. Or give us a call at 780-918-1618.
Fantastic. And as always, if you guys are looking to buy into Calgary from somewhere else, if you're looking to make a move in Calgary, we're going to post links in the description below. Book into our calendar, whether you're a seller, whether you're a buyer, or you can just reach out and text us 825-256-5007. So thanks so much to our special guests today, Drew and Steph Carlson from the Carlson Real Estate Group in Edmonton. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.